everyone. Today I'm going to be rating over 50 street food in Melbourne. I'm going to be rating them from not a fan to legendary. Melbourne being a multicultural city, I've tried food from different countries and culture. I moved from different corners of Melbourne, from food festival, street cafe, restaurants and open market. Today, only one of those food will make the legendary status. Let's find out. My first stop today shall be Queen Victoria Market, established in 1878 in Melbourne. Originally served as a wholesale market on the site of the old cemetery. Today it features a vibrant array of stalls selling fresh food, meat, seafood, gourmet food and artisan products. Visitors can also find clothing, crafts and souvenirs. This bustling market remains a beloved cultural landmark, attracting both locals and tourists. I honestly come here all the time. It is one of my favorite places to visit. Coming to Queen Victoria Market is just like a new adventure every time, because there is always a new thing happening. It could be a cultural festival, holiday celebration, night market during both summer and winter. And it's a great way to try new food. There is always a new food truck at Queen Victoria Market. I stopped at a Turkish food truck, which was cool because I was not really familiar with the Turkish street food. The food was run by this lovely Turkish woman. She was really friendly and happy to make conversation with while waiting for my food. I ordered a Turkish coffee, which she made in a traditional way, using a pot that was buried in sand. I bought a Turkish summit, similar to a bagel with sesame seed. This one has cheese and tomato, but you could also buy them plain. The cement itself was crunchy and dense, which I really like. I could really taste the cheese and tomatoes, which blended together well. It was a little bit difficult to keep together, as the cheese and tomato were falling out of it. But overall, I liked it. This is the first food I'm rating, so we have to see how the rest unfold. But I like the summit, and the woman showed great hospitality. So I'm going to be giving it very good on the scale. And add coffee to refill for the next one. Next stop is a Spanish food truck. It was a lot busier than the previous food truck I visited. We were blasting Latin music and really creating a good vibes. There were a lot of options here, both sweet and savory, so I had to try one of each. Their staff were working like a well-oiled machine. Everyone was catering to a different food option, and we were getting through the order in a really quick way, so no one is waiting for too long. Spanish and Latin American food are popular all over the world, so it definitely wasn't my first time I was trying it. But it's always interesting to see different takes on it. They offered a range of tacos, chicken, beef, vegetarian, with all sorts of combination. I ordered the chicken and beef tacos with chips. The churros also seems very popular, and many people ordering them, so I was need to try them too. I take my order and try to find somewhere to eat away from the hustle and bustle of the market. The chicken taco was the first one I tried. In the past, I've definitely eaten more beef tacos, so the flavor of the chicken taco was new for me. The chicken was tender and juicy, and overall it was a good combination. The sauce did not seem to cover the whole chicken and just did not seem to be fully absorbed into the meat. Let's see how this fares on the rating. It is not one of my favorites, but not bad. So on today's rating, I'll actually be giving it an average. And now to the beef taco. The beef taco is a classic and a personal favorite of mine. The meat is very soft, and in contrast to the chicken, the sauce is properly absorbed into the meat, which makes it super flavorful. For both the chicken and the beef tacos, the taco shell was very light, easy to fold, but overall, I just felt that the beef taco was just a lot smoother and more cohesive with the flavor. Everything came together perfectly. It was exactly what I expected from the taco, and I really enjoyed this. For this reason, I'll be rating this as very good. Last but not the least, we are trying churros, one of the most popular Spanish snacks. It is a type of fried dough which is long with almost a star shape on its end and is usually sprinkled with cinnamon sugar. They usually are crispy on the outside but soft in the inside. According to Wikipedia, you can eat them with breakfast, lunch, dinner, and as a snack. So they are really versatile. You can choose with dipping sauce you want for the churros. For me, I chose the chocolate dipping sauce. I thought these churros were pretty tasty and definitely crunchy. I'm rating it good. Next up, I visited a gelato stand outside, which had a range of flavor and was also selling granita, which is a sweet icy dessert made from sugar, water, and various flavoring, originating from Sicily. I ordered the lemon granita because I think it is more traditional version, although it was also selling a blood orange flavor. Because it was such a hot day, I could not wait to try this. The vendor was also friendly. I heard him speaking Italian to a customer who he served before me, so I think it's safe to say the ice cream and granita were authentic. It let me know that because I was ordering a large cup, I could choose 2 flavors instead of just one. It was a little bit hard for me to choose which flavor I wanted because all the flavor looked really good. There were some fruity flavor like mango and strawberry, but in the end, I went for the more creamy flavors, salted caramel, and cookies and cream. The gelato was so soft and creamy. It was definitely one of the best ice cream I've ever had. Both flavor was quite subtle, but they went so well together. It was really well made ice cream, and it was very delicious. As I was eating it, the ice cream just completely melted in my mouth. I would definitely recommend you visit this ice cream stand whenever you come to Queen Victoria Market. And today, I'm going to be rating this ice cream as epic. The granita was nice, but I have to say, not on the same level as the ice cream. The granita definitely has a citrus taste and was refreshing and cool. I would have liked if the granita was a little bit icy or frozen, as it soon becomes just a drink rather than a frozen dessert. I'm going to be rating this granita as good. A new day, a new opportunity to try street food. This time, I'm at Australian Open, where I'm sampling what the food truck have to offer. There are so many choices to choose from. The food truck is actually connected to popular restaurants in Melbourne, so you can try out some really great dishes from around the city. I opted for Slovakia. It is a mixed meat, so a combination of marinated lamb and chicken from the spit in pita bread. I thought it was alright, not the greatest Slovakia I have ever had. I did not feel super full, but the meat was well cooked. It was tasty, so I'm going to rate it as good. I backed this up straight with a kebab, also with mixed meat. Both Slovakia and kebab are quite similar, but with distinct heritage and flavors. I was looking for the kebab to be smoky and spicy, so I was eager to try out this popular food truck, which had a range of great options and meal deals. The kebab itself was full and the bread was quite thick, which I liked. It meant that there was a strong casing to hold the meat and salad together, and it kept the kebab warm. I ordered the mixed meat kebab, with all salad and all chili sauce. I thought the flavor was great. It all blended really well, even though I accidentally unwrapped it too much and lost some of the structure. If I was to rate this kebab, I'm going to rate it very good. As a snack to accompany my kebab, I grabbed a potato cake from the same food truck. I really like this potato cake. The crunch, the saltiness, and the soft potato inside. I thought this was a well-made potato cake. So I'm going to be giving this very good. Now it's time to try a classic by the seaside. I'm going to be eating fish and chips, which is a common takeaway food in United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, and other countries around the world. This spot is quite nice. It sits out over the water and has a boat theme to it. The first thing I get at this fish and chip shop is a dim sum, a popular snack food in Australia made of minced meat, cabbage, and seasoning. This one was alright. I'm rating it as good. Next, for the main event, I'm trying the fish and chips themselves. For the fish, I bought a fried paramandi, which I tried here along with the chips. The fish was really delicious and tender, and the batter had the right level of crispiness. The chips was crunchy, but it had enough potato in the middle, and it was soft. It was a great combination. This was almost a top tier. I'm rating it as epic. For dessert, I have saved some Turkish delight that I bought earlier. It was a traditional style of Turkish delight, extremely sweet and completely covered in icing sugar. I enjoyed the consistency of this Turkish delight. It was soft and easy to bite and chew, but a bit more dense than the ones I've had in the past. I have preferred Turkish delight in the past that had more artisanal feel to it. This one feels a bit one note. For this reason, I'm giving it good. Up next, we are back at Queen Victoria Market to try the highly rated pie. There are so many varieties to choose from. I really had no idea what I wanted to get. Many of the flavors were unique and not one you see every day, so I was need to try it out. I ended up ordering the curry flour and triple cheese money pie, which was advertised as a South African-inspired spicy vegetarian pastry. The pastry itself was crispy and solid with a creamy and cheesy inside. It had a rich taste and was actually delicious. I like it even lots more than I expected. I'm going to give it epic. Back to more dessert now, as I am heading to try some soft pancakes. I grabbed the brown sugar boba sofu pancake because I was curious to see how boba would be incorporated in the pancake. The pancake was so fluffy and the ice cream and sauce just completely melted over the stack. They were so easy to eat and so sweet. It also looked great on the plate. I really enjoyed this. I am going to give this very good. Now for something bit different. I'm at an Algerian food truck where they are selling mini pita and fries with Algerian sauce. Where I have had wraps and kebab before, I have never had an Algerian version of this. I am definitely eager to see how it stands out. I bought a falafel pita which also had fries and salad in it, along with some unique sauce. The falafel was not too dry and I love discovering the fries were inside the pita. It is also getting a very good for me. I spotted in a distance a food stall selling porchetta or a roast pork. The roast pork is on show at the front of the truck and looks so appetizing. You can get in different meals and combinations. I'm going to try today in a roll, which they prepare right on the spot. I was directed to the sauce station where I was able to add some sauce to my roll. I got a barbecue sauce. There was so much option from the sauce that you can go for. The roll was pretty big and had a lot of pork in it. It was a good value for money. I thought the meat was pretty well cooked and the bread roll was fresh. However, I got sick of it after a few bites and it did not quite ease the spot. I found it hard to finish even though I was hungry. I just wanted a little bit more from this snack to bring it to an higher level. It was just alright, and so today, I think I will be rating it as an average on the scale. Next up, another classic. I'm going to grab a wood oven pizza. Here you can get a large pizza with two flavors, half and half. So I opted for the polar opposite, a vegetarian half and a meat lover half. I do love pizza, so it will be good to see how this one shapes up. First up, the vegetarian half. It's full of classic vegetables, but it's just a bit too messy. I'm going to give this an average. For the meat lover, I'm enjoying this one a bit more. I feel like it is just exactly what I expected, and it has a strong meaty taste, although it could be more well cooked. I'm rating this good today. I'm taking a detour now to the seafood market, where there are heaps to choose from, including barbecue octopus, which seems to be very popular with customers. It has a really smoky taste to it, and the octopus itself is really chewy and thick. I do like the taste of the marinade, but the octopus is not just tender as I would have loved it. I also get sick of this. It just did not totally grab my attention. I felt that after eating this one, I did not really want to go back for more, so I'm giving it average. Instead of a food truck, for this one I'm at a West African restaurant, where I can't wait to try the egusi soup and pando. This is one of my favorite food of all time. I thought the pando was great, but the egusi for me was not quite soup-like as I would have wanted. The ratio was slightly off. The flavor though was delicious and I enjoyed it anyway. It still remained an epic food in my rating. Let's see what else we have here. I tried some stewed beans, which is a Nigerian dish. It lives up to the expectation. This dish can be eaten for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It was paired with plantain, which is usually fresh, soft and just great to eat. I love this dish. It is a classic. I'm giving the beans very good. And for the plantain, I'm giving it epic. Last but definitely not the least at this restaurant, I'm trying the famous jollof rice. This dish was so delicious. It had a rich flavor and tasted authentic. I have to give this a top tier. It is getting legendary. Switching it up now, I'm at a Filipino food festival looking for something new to try. There is a bunch of fried fish and meat, but I'm selecting the fried fish with rice. The meal also comes with a cooked egg. The rice was fluffy but plain, and the fish was tasty but not that outstanding. I'm going to give this a good. Next on the menu is a bao bun. I'm keen to try something sweet, so I selected this custard one. They are so soft and squishy. The bun itself is so thick, so it takes time to get the custard. But once you do, it is really sweet, and the flavor is so good overall. I'm going to give it a good today. We are moving to another part of the world. Here is the Latin American Street Food Festival. I'm at the Colombia food truck, where you have meat and classic arepa. It is a type of flatbread which you can add savory toppings to. This one was alright. It did not offer a lot of flavor, so I'm giving it average today. Again, I'm at a classic food truck. We are here to try some Japanese pancake. This is called okonomiyaki. I bought the half size, but was still huge, so it was definitely good value for the money. The sauce was tasty, but the pancake itself was a bit disjointed and flaky. So for this, I'm going to give it an average. Another day, another food festival. This time, I'm trying some Malaysian cuisine. I'm starting with some bubble teas that I could see here in the big container ready to be poured out. It was so interesting to watch how this flatbread was being made. So much work was going into the dough, stretching it out, making sure it was perfectly laid out before adding an egg. It definitely requires some skills and patience, and it was cool to see it in all stage, including off to be cooked. I also grabbed another dish from this food store, which I will show you in a bit. But first, let's try the bubble tea. I got two different flavors, both fruit flavor. They were really sweet and refreshing, and it was always interesting when you get the bubble to come up through the straw. But to be honest, I find this hard to finish. I think they were a bit too much unless you really like sweet things, so I'm giving it a good. Now onto the Malaysian roti that we watched being made. This was a delicious surprise. I'm rating it very good. Lastly, the final dish was mee goreng, which is a classic noodle street dish food. This was a good one and it was rich in flavor. I'm rating it as epic. The Vietnamese roll are a total classic. They were held together so well that they did not fall apart and they were pretty good. I'm rating them as a good. Fried rice is a staple of so many cuisine and this one was not bad. I'll definitely be rating this as a good. Stir-fried beef. I did not mind this stir-fried beef dish, although it was definitely not one of the best I've had, but it was good. So I'm going to be rating this as good. One food truck I see almost every time at King Victoria Market is this Tibetan one. It has different range of dishes and very interesting dishes. Here I order a pastry which is full of pork mince and vegetables. I find this to be quite bland and it does not have any real strong taste. Overall, it wasn't for me. I'm going to be rating this as not a fan. Just a few doors down, another Asian street food truck, where I bought kimchi dumplings. They were super crispy and well fried, and I enjoyed them a lot. The sweet chili sauce worked really well with them, and overall, I'm giving it very good. Here, I'm about to try a chicken square, which was so popular. They were making so many, and people were coming to buy them one after the other, so I have to try them too. I love when I can see food being made so I know that it is fresh. These square were alright. They had a good flavor to them and the sauce was well soaked into them. I thought they were fried well and crispy, but they did not taste as good as they looked, to be honest. For this reason, I'm going to be giving it an average. Now for the Aussie snack. It is a cheesy mite screw. It's made of cheese and Vegemite, which is a salty Australian spread made from yeast. The bread itself was soft and dense, but the combination of this cheese and Vegemite is just not my favorite flavor. And compared to some of the other dishes, I have to say I'm not a fan of this at all. Next, I'm trying the custard donuts. These are so delicious. They are soft and packed with flavors. The taste of the custard is really strong and pack a punch. I could honestly eat so many of these and never get sick of them. I'm going to be rating this as epic. I'm at another gelato shop, but this time I'm not trying a gelato, but I'm trying a froyo asaisua. It comes with a banana and strawberry, and you can choose your own topping. In this case, I choose peanut butter. I love the look of this dessert, and it seriously tastes as good as it looks. I'm going to be giving this an epic on my scale. I am back at the Malaysian Food Festival, still on the hunt for delicious food to try. This food truck has so many different snacks that I've never seen before, so I'm eager to try some of them. The people working here are so friendly, and it was a great buying experience from them. I first bought the fish satay, which is a pyramid-shaped fish cake snack. It is grilled and wrapped in banana leaf. It was a cool experience to unwrap them. The cake itself was dense and had unique taste. It was great to try, but I'm not sure if I will try it again. I'm going to rate this as an average. Next up is the Karapok liqueur, another snack from the same food truck. This snack was super crunchy and chewy. Also is with fish flavor. I like this one, and I could definitely see myself eating more of them. So I'm going to be giving it a good. I could not go past this bakery in Chinatown. It has full display of really colorful treats. The bakery was so busy with a lot of people choosing mixture of different snacks. I have to get in to make my order. I haven't had so many of these pastries before, but I end up choosing based on look and what I think they will be like. I choose the snack away to try at home. Let's see how they went. The sweet was all pretty tasty. They crumbled quite easily when I bite into them, so it was very messy to eat. They were basically like a regular sweet biscuit, so today I'll be giving them an average. Also in Chinatown, I found a food truck that was selling a barbecue skewer. I decided to try the tofu one this time. The tofu was crispy and had a great crunch outside while being super soft inside. I'm going to be rating this as good. I'm sampling a traditional Italian pastry now. It's from an Italian cafe in Melbourne, which is famous for its authentic Italian coffee and sweet. It's called Pazzoretti. It has a really elegant look, and it is really thick and dense when you are biting into it. The custard is really good and nice. I'm going to be rating this as a good. From the same cafe, I bought a strawberry and matcha tart. I thought the strawberry icing on top was really well designed, and I was curious to see the taste of the matcha and strawberry mixed together. It was quite small, which was alright, but I will not call it a great value for the money. The crust of the tart was well made. I think this was a case of the tarts looking slightly better than it tasted. Anyway, I'm going to be rating this as very good. The seafood market. This sushi encased in raw fish, one tuna and one salmon, with egg on top. Being directly from the seafood market, it does not disappoint. It was fresh and full of flavor. The akura pop when I bite into the sushi, and overall I'm going to be rating it as epic. I was curious to try this deep fried crab. The crab looked more or less intact inside the batter, so it will be interesting to see how it tastes. Once I pulled it apart, it was strange sensation to have the batter on the outside and the crab well cooked inside. It was difficult to finish. I have to say I'm not really a fan of this. Almost at the end of my food adventure today, I'm trying the lobster roll. You can find different versions of the lobster roll all over the seafood market, but I went with the one because I could see it's well cooked, and in front of the food truck, it was super cheesy, and this blended well with the lobster meat. I really liked it, and I'm going to be giving it very good. I have room left for just one final snack. I'm choosing this chili scallop, again from the seafood market. This looks really good. The chili is necessary addition to bring some flavor to the scallop, which can be bit bland. Overall, I didn't mind this, but it wasn't really mind-blowing, so I'm going to be rating it as an average. That brings us to the end of my street food journey today. It's been a wonderful experience trying different street food from different cultures across Melbourne. Some of them I love instantly, others I feel it will take a second try to get used to them, but they are so full of unique flavors. Being in Melbourne, I have to also consider that the food may be more authentic when produced in the country themselves. That said, this is my final rating. I promise to select just one food to make legendary status, but upon consideration, I am going to move up another one to elite tier, and that food is going to be fish and chips. Joining jollof rice at the top, fish and chips is just an absolute classic. I can eat it at any time of the day, and I have to say, Australian does this well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more food and travel adventure.